The part of the show people never see.
All right, good morning from Utah Route 12. As far as road trips go, this one might be one of the best.
Dave Boomer's little nest where he likes to sit.
That is my hideaway.
A blacktop trail into the heart of Utah's red rock landscapes.
I'll get all that stuff because I got it. It's kind of like Jenga right now.
A somewhat secret drive that connects two of the nation's best national parks.
We can't miss. We're just everywhere we pointed is solid gold.
Bryce Canyon National Park and its popular hoodoo formations draw big crowds all year long.
Man, this is so cool to be able just to get out here.
But just a few hours on this scenic drive will lead you to one of America's lesser-known national parks that is a must-see stop for any landscape photographer.
All right, it is a beautiful Thursday morning in Capitol Reef National Park. Zach, you ready to maybe do a little walk and check this out?
Let's go find a Darrow.
Yeah.
On this adventure, we're slowing down our drive on Utah Scenic Route 12 to explore the hidden gems found around every corner.
It almost looks to me like what would have been like a hunting lair.
From historic towns that have weathered decades of sand and wind,
And these old homes that were once these magnificent grand places that are less grand now.
to hikes that lead into stunning canyons.
Anytime these canyon walls get super close like this, it's just great.
The hidden beauty of Capitol Reef National Park, and in our book, the only way to get there on Utah Route 12.
And then Zach back there is going to have hopefully something to show you.
A drive that definitely makes it tough to keep your eyes on the road.
There's another reason why this drive is one of the best you'll find in America. Let's go.
When you travel, the world becomes a smaller place. When you explore with friends that share a love of photography, destinations come to life.
Are you not entertained?
We tell the stories of travel with our cameras, capturing images of the most beautiful places on Earth. But every adventure reveals more than what's found in the frame. The people, the food, and the unexpected turns that happen on every journey.
No, he's going downtown on you. Hang on a second.
Brings the full experience of travel into focus.
Production funding for Outside Beyond the Lens provided by Visit Fresno County. Nature, diversity, found in the heart of California's Central Valley. From Fresno and Clovis, you can drive to 3 nearby national parks. By Hendricks Chevrolet.
Hendricks Chevrolet is proud to support the spirit of travel in each of us. Every journey has a first step. Adventures start here.
By Advanced Beverage Company, serving Bakersfield and Kern County for over 50 years. From our family to yours, supporting Valley PBS and the wonders of travel. By the Penstar Group, promoting growth and opportunity in business through collaboration and partnerships for the future. By Hodges Electric, serving California's Central Valley since 1979, dedicated to supporting public television and the calling in all of us to explore. And by Visit Yosemite Madera County, California's gateway to Yosemite National Park. Explore the outdoor magic of Madera County and be inspired to discover more.
The American West was made for road trips. Wide open views, red rock and sagebrush, wind in your hair, and some of the best national parks in the world. After a 2-day run outside of Las Vegas to Zion and Bryce Canyon National Parks, Dave, Zach, and I decided to hit another park not far from Bryce, Capitol Reef National Park. But the secret sauce for getting to Capitol Reef is to skip the fast-track interstate run and instead take the longer but much more scenic Route 12 right through the heart of some of the nation's top road trip country.
The part of the show people never see.
Yeah.
All the packing of gear.
Tetris.
There's Dave Boomer's little nest where he likes to sit. Actually, he's got a seat down right now.
That is my hideaway.
All right, I'll get all that stuff because I got it. It's kind of like Jenga right now.
All right, good morning from Utah Route 12, Scenic Byway Route 12. We just left Bryce Canyon National Park. Snow on the ground, chilly morning. It says 32 outside right now. It was a little close. I think it was 20 overnight.
And we had a great shoot with Bryce Canyon. Now we've got a full road trip day ahead of us.
This 2-lane highway between the towns of Tropic, Utah, just outside of Bryce Canyon, and Torrey on the western end of Capitol Reef National Park begins passing through ranch lands and small towns. Without stopping, this is about a 2-hour drive, which means for us, it will take about 6.
One of the things I love doing when we're on drives like this, we're on the Utah Route 12 right now. We just came into Escalante, which is the last town you get into before it gets really fun on this drive. It's kind of cool to just jump off the main road, take a loop through town, drive through the neighborhood streets. A town like Escalante that was, founded in the late 1800s. We're seeing all kinds of crazy old architecture.
Not long after we leave the town of Escalante behind, Utah 12 approaches a big shift in terrain and scenery. The dry expanse of cattle ranches and sagebrush give way to the canyon lands of the Escalante Grand Staircase, a sprawling national monument of sandstone, slot canyons, and some of the best views of any road trip in the world.
Okay, this is what's great about coming south to north on Utah Route 12, because you're just on this nice drive. It's pretty cool. You're in the sagebrush, and then you come over the hill, and that's what you see. The Escalante Grand Staircase behind you, and Utah Route 12 winding through it below. And you get to see what the whole day is going to bring, right? Off in the distance, you can see the La Salle mountain range. Way down further to the south here, you can just barely see Navajo Peak sticking out above Lake Powell. And then behind over this way, you can see just above Boulder. We're going to end up going Capitol Reef National Park's just on the other side of the hill that way. But this is a great place to sit and look at the wide expanse of how beautiful this drive is, and to know that there's this beautiful paved road that goes right through the heart of all this stuff is what makes it great, and why we're going to have a great day today.
This drive and this scenery is so spectacular, it's almost like being on a theme park ride. The gentle curves of Utah Route 12 guide us into the Escalante River Canyon and narrows of the Calf Creek drainage. Along the way, there are many places to pull over to take in the views. We're stopping at all of them.
Okay, we're like maybe 2 miles into the Utah Route 12, heading south to north, and we're at another scenic turnout. And this one's not as good as we were thinking. It's really pretty, obviously. You can see this big river gorge behind me. But we got a lot of power lines in here. We usually don't like power lines in our shots, so we'll still get out here. Zach and Dave are up here running around on this rock trying to make something happen. The thing with scenic turnouts in Utah 12 is the entire drive is basically a scenic turnout, one giant one. But they do make these really great places where you can get a few cars pulled off the side of the road safely. I recommend taking all of them. We're going to take each and every one today. And we're also going to stop off the side of the road where there isn't a scenic turnout sign, as long as it's safe.
When you take this drive, especially if you do it in the summer months, make sure your supplies and water are topped off. Not only can it be brutally hot and dry here, there's not much in the way of stores or gas stations between Escalante and the small town of Boulder further up the road. There are some insanely beautiful hiking trails here, like the Calf Creek Trail that leads to Lower Calf Creek Falls. But like we often suggest on road trips like this, pulling over almost anywhere and exploring not far from the car can lead to unexpected wonders.
Yeah, so what I'm looking at right now, when Dave and I were here back in 2011, we happened to just stop in this area just for the heck of it, just to take a break. And we got out, I walked over to the edge, and I looked down, and I saw this natural cave kind of cut out, the same type of ones that you see the Anasazi dwellings built into. And I looked, and it looked like there was a dwelling there. So we got the cameras out, looked at it, sure as heck, there was a dwelling, the remnants of a dwelling that looks like it hadn't been found before. It's kind of off the beaten path. I don't know how many of those are out here. Typically, if you can see it from the road, somebody else has probably seen it, and they've probably gone in and trashed it or looted it. Anyway, coming up the road just now, all these years later, I was looking out the window. I said, Dave, I think this is the spot. So we pulled over, we got out, We walked over to the edge, and lo and behold, and we'll cut to the footage from my 600 millimeter lens zoomed all the way in, and you can see clearly the remnants of what maybe doesn't look like a real established dwelling. It almost looks to me like what would have been like a hunting lair, or a place like maybe just a temporary kind of a shelter, maybe a place to just stay out of the sun.
To get a better look, Zach is putting the drone to work. We didn't have drones or a 600 millimeter lens when we were here 11 years ago, so being able to fly right in the front door gives us a clear picture of this lost piece of human history found once again in the canyon walls. As Utah 12 climbs out of Calf Creek and onto the mesa top, amazing views of the upper Escalante staircase stretch out from both sides of the car.
All right, where have we stopped here, bud?
Well, we were driving through Route 12 here and we need some supplies. So we stopped in Boulder and to see what Hills Hollow Main Mark's got.
All right, let's go check it out. There wasn't a whole lot open in here, so we're gonna check it. Check it. Yeah, pretty good selection in here. Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ice cream, good to go.
Oh, Zach's in heaven right now.
Convenience store stops like this in small, off-the-grid towns like Boulder are always a fun way to break up the drive. Locally made snacks and souvenirs can usually be found on stops like this, and I love bringing home stuff from places like Hills Hollow's Mini Mart. Climbing higher into the aspens above Boulder on Utah 12 means we're about to top out near Homestead Point Overlook. With elevations now nearing 10,000 feet, snow still blankets the hillsides here and make for wild contrasts for photography as red rock canyons and distant peaks frame the landscapes.
Okay, so Utah 12, after you pass through Boulder, going south to north on our way to Capitol Reef National Park, starts to climb quickly out of Boulder. But these are the kind of views that you have, you guys. Look at this stuff here. Dave's setting up, Zach's shooting up here. We're at a little turnout, and you are looking down into the canyon lands of southern Utah, all the way into Arizona. Navajo Peak, way off in the distance back there, that's actually in Arizona. That's on the border. The border of Arizona and Utah sort of runs through Lake Powell, which you can't see, but it's kind of right below us out there. This look where we have birch trees, snow, into aspen, into pine forest, then into red rock and juniper all the way down, all in one frame, is another reason why this drive is one of the best you'll find in America.
As the day winds down and the sun sets over the final miles of our drive on Utah Route 12, the stately walls and rock spires of Capitol Reef National Park greet us in the distance. Torrey, Utah will be our home for the next 2 nights, and an early morning wake-up call to catch the sunrise over Capitol Reef will come too soon.
See the light of the stars, hear the sound of the unseen.
All right, it is a beautiful Thursday morning in Capitol Reef National Park.
Yeah, it is.
And we're just getting the day started. We just left the hotel, and Zach and Dave are getting ready for the first shot of the day.
Capitol Reef is one of the least known of America's 63 national parks. With rockstar parks like Zion, Bryce, Arches, and Canyonlands surrounding it, and its remote location, most people that come here do so with a purpose. It's not usually on the bucket list of national parks to see in Utah, but as sunrise electrifies the colors of the sandstone formations here, it's easy to understand why Cap Reef is a must-see national park.
Okay, just did the short hike up to Twin Rocks, just on the road, just inside the park entrance here at Capitol Reef National Park in Utah. And when you hike up to Twin Rocks, this is what you see. Beautiful. Big giant sandstone features on a pedestal here. You can see here I'm just kind of hiking around just below the Twin Rocks features here. Second of the rocks there.
The main drive through Capitol Reef on State Route 24 leads through a major geologic feature in Utah known as the Water Pocket Fold. From above, this 100-mile feature can be seen on the landscape. A massive tilt and shift in the Earth's crust creates the gentle sloping of central Utah's plateaus into the vertical red cliffs seen along the park's Scenic Drive to the south. Driving deeper into the park and past the impressive walls that frame the western edge of Capitol Reef, it's easy to keep your gaze fixed upward at these jaw-dropping formations. But like most places, if you get out for a short hike into the landscape, your perspective changes and the detail of the sands beneath your feet calls out. Here, clear crystals of gypsum called selenite form a diamond-like crust in the red sand, sparkling in the late winter sun. A turn down the Capitol Reef Scenic Drive in the historic town of Fruta, where the visitor center and campground are found, leads us to a hike Dave and I have done before when we visited Capitol Reef in 2011. I have to say, coming here a decade later, my appreciation for Cap Reef has grown deeper as we approach the trailhead for the Narrows hike in a canyon called the Grand Wash.
Well, Dave, we did this drive and hike before, and this is more impressive than I remember it being. This is pretty cool.
With cool weather and the sun trying to shine brighter, Zach, Dave, and I begin the short hike into the Grand Wash to find a popular destination in Capitol Reef.
All right, we're in the Grand Wash Trail right now, doing a little hike here to an area called the Narrows, which usually indicates a place where the canyon walls become closer together than they currently are. And I've done this hike a long time ago, and I don't remember it being so darn beautiful. I remember liking it, but my appreciation for it has grown or changed, but it's just awesome. This is a great little 1 mile and a half hike, I think. And anytime you get into these big canyons and they get closer, the walls get closer together, and you feel that, boxing in kind of feel, it's really cool. And the photography here is beautiful. The guys are having a good time. Zach's going nuts, and Dave's having fun shooting with the 70 to 200 mil in here. Lots of cool lighting. The sky's knocked down just a little bit from full blue. We've got some high cirrus clouds of approaching storm coming in, so it's kind of nice because it's like a built-in neutral density filter for us. We're kind of digging it.
On a walk like this, Zach, Dave, and I usually spread out to capture our own visual stories of what we feel here. The sand and gravel beneath our feet, the Utah blue above us, slowly giving way to an approaching storm, and stone walls closing tighter on the path ahead. Give life to the images framed by friends choosing a piece of this palette to tell a story.
All right, we're getting ready to go into the Narrows part of the Narrows now. Kind of did the hike from back there. Been walking in this wash the whole time. This is called the Grand Wash. And Dave has just finished getting some shots. And now we're gonna walk into the section where it's called the Narrows for a reason. So we're gonna find out right now.
Go check it out.
Let's do it. It's getting good there.
Getting good. It's
Yeah.
just a nice, easy walk, too. I mean, this wash is just pleasant just to just a nice easy stroll from the truck. Got some great walls to look at. Definitely worth it.
Water and wind have played a major part of how Capitol Reef was formed. This entire area, known as the Water Pocket Fold, gets its name from the small catches of water in sandstone that have been carved here over time.
Okay, so we made it to the Narrows part of the hike. This is sort of the payoff to the Grand Wash hike when you take the Scenic Route south of Fruta in Capitol Reef National Park, and it's pretty cool. We did not come here last time.
No,
I don't remember making it all the way to here, and this is worth it, right? Pretty cool. Anytime these canyon walls get super close like this, it's just great, man. It just feels cool. That's why everybody does it. You want to get in these little box canyons and immerse yourself into it. It's awesome.
It reminds you how small you are.
It does remind you of how small you are. Because these walls are, what'd you say, probably 300, 400 feet tall around you?
Yeah, right here.
Yep, right here. It's a decent little hike. We got a lot more to do though, so we're gonna go back and hit Fruta next and shoot that. We've got about 1.5 miles back to the car, right?
Yep.
Let's go.
The main hub in Capitol Reef, besides the nearby town of Torrey, is found among the historic apple orchards, campgrounds, and park headquarters in Fruta.
Okay, now this is really cool. We're with some people from Clovis. This is our hometown, right? Tell me your names.
Neil Mallory.
And Sarah Mallory.
Right on, you guys. Is it your first time to Cap Reef?
Yep.
Okay, so what did you guys do? What do you think?
We went to Cassidy Arch and we hiked up there. We did the Scenic Drive, and then probably gonna do some other hikes tomorrow.
Yeah. How about you? What do you think of this place?
Oh, I really enjoyed the fact that Cassidy Arch was named after Butch Cassidy, because I was like, had a feeling that apparently he had a hideout in the
he did.
The Great Wash. The biggest reason why we came here is we were looking to visit a national park on our way back from skiing, and this one was the only one that we could find availability to camp at. And so we're like, well, if there's availability, then that's where we're going, and we're glad that we made that decision.
A lot less crowded. We were up on the arch basically by ourselves, so
it is a lot less crowded, and especially great this time of the year.
Yeah.
To have a little solitude in a national park.
Yeah.
Plus, you gave me a celebrity.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. You guys are too kind.
With the full day of exploring Capitol Reef National Park coming to an end, we decide to post up at a stop in the park called the Goosenecks to capture the setting sun.
All right, the day is winding down here in Capitol Reef, and we've been chasing the light, chasing the sun, waiting for the clouds to do what they're gonna do. We've ended up at Goosenecks. That's one of the best places in the park to take in the sunset, and it's pretty amazing. You look behind me here. I'm right on the edge of the big gorge. You get a little closer to the edge here so you can see. But that's the big Goosenecks gorge down below. So this viewpoint is really pretty for this, not to mention this incredible sunset that's lining up. Anyway, we're gonna just pretty much camp out here the rest of the day and take in this great view. Let me show you this over here real quick.
That is why you come to Goosenecks. Look at that panorama. Sunset, red rock. We're lucky enough to have these great clouds in the sky today. And man, oh man, what a way to end the day at Capitol Reef.
Capitol Reef National Park is remote, and because of that, large crowds are not a thing here. While the park has its main attractions like Hickman Natural Bridge, one of my favorite things to do here is just walk into the desert and find a place that speaks to me. Beauty abounds here in every direction, and to find true solitude in a major national park in America is becoming a rare thing.
Okay, so we just ended our day at Capitol Reef National Park with a really cool sunset. It didn't blow up like we were hoping it would. Yeah, it'll be something, and Zach back there is gonna have hopefully something to show you. We're gonna cut that in. What a great day. Playing in the park with my two besties, having a good time. taking some pretty pictures, and being able to show you guys this lesser known but really worthy national park in the national park system. Capitol Reef does not get all the bells and whistles that Yosemite or Yellowstone get, Glacier National Park gets. But man, if you love photography, this place will not let you down.
And we will walk these hills like before. And what was sown in tears will reap with joy.
Production funding for Outside Beyond the Lens provided by Visit Fresno County. Nature, diversity, found in the heart of California's Central Valley. From Fresno and Clovis, you can drive to 3 nearby national parks. By Hedrick's Chevrolet.
Hedrick Chevrolet is proud to support the spirit of travel in each of us. Every journey has a first step. Adventures start here.
By Advanced Beverage Company, serving Bakersfield and Kern County for over 50 years. From our family to yours, supporting Valley PBS and the wonders of travel. By the Penstar Group, promoting growth and opportunity in business through collaboration and partnerships for the future. By Hodges Electric, serving California's Central Valley since 1979, dedicated to supporting public television and the calling in all of us to explore. And by Visit Yosemite Madera County, California's gateway to Yosemite National Park. Explore the outdoor magic of Madera County and be inspired to discover more.